one of the things that's kind of, tempered me or given me a lot of caution going out is that there's been a lot of cases throughout the country of people who did go out and then they got sick and then they brought it home to their families.
Correct.
So to me, isn't that kind of like a worse alternative? I mean, I know it would be bad to think that, that they're going to miss out on that social interaction, but if they brought this disease home and, lost a parent or a grandparent or something like that, that seems like it would be an unfathomable amount of pain to live with.
Absolutely, it is. I think that it is certainly, and I know people who have passed away from COVID specifically. They were all in their 70s. My friend is a doctor here in Austin and has been for a long time. He's got a son that I actually posted on my Twitter feed and things like that graduated from Westlake and is a doctor now himself. Was in New York City through this whole thing. I think he got there like last September and went, wow, doing his internship or, that type of thing. And was there in the Brooklyn, I believe he was in Brooklyn through this whole thing. So I think it's very real. I think people will get sick. I think people will die. I think we need to mitigate it. And to your point, I do understand if you look at the curve, and I spent some time looking at this before I was willing to understand and speak on stuff. So I'm not an expert. I'm not claiming to be, but I do have, some understanding of statistics. I'm a businessman. I do understand numbers. If you look at that in early June, if we had gone all the way through this in Texas and other areas had blown up, and we had traveled, there have been cases, anytime there are cases, it can easily spread. They say somewhere around 5 is the number that each person spreads it to right now, which is bad, right? They want to get it down to where you only spread to 1 if you do get it. It's at 5, which is pretty exponential. Well, that didn't start until there were a lot of gatherings in early June. I'm not speaking on why. I'm not saying anyone shouldn't have, or if they didn't have a good message. That wasn't my point. Because I think it speaks to maybe parents don't need to be in the stands at football games this fall. Right? If we do this and we let these young men play, then the only people maybe should be there are the coaches and maybe cheering to the dance team, the other students, and maybe the band or whoever chooses to go. Maybe there shouldn't be any adults, right? I mean, so maybe we should cut down on gatherings, and then there should be some creative ways. I understand our board. I am not against Dr. Gearing and our board and other boards around here, LIS school boards. I am supportive. I believe they got a very tough job right now. And you're right. Absolutely. People's lives are in their hands. They have to balance this because there's people that what we're saying is we believe there's a choice. And a lot of us do understand exactly what you just said. For instance, Andrea Cameron, her son, Josh Cameron's a senior, or going to be a senior at Cedar Park. And he's a football player and a basketball player. Excellent young man. His mother has, I think she called it pulmonary fibrosis. It's a disease in the lungs. And she actually went on the news. And if you looked at it, she spoke. She said, I'm going to manage that in my own home.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for watching Citizen Pete. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, click that little subscribe button, maybe the like button, and hey, maybe just leave a comment. I want to know what you're thinking. What do you think about all the politics and news and all the stuff that's going on in our country?